Hello everybody, as you can see we are back and your eyes aren't deceiving you. After being gone for nearly a year, I am back and we're going to be putting out videos again. I just wanted to say that I missed everybody that has been commenting. I know that I've been putting out posts over the course of about a year. Some of you have still been staying in touch and I appreciate it so much. I know for people that watch the channel regularly, it probably has kind of been a little bit frustrating, but I am getting back into it. I will say, unfortunately, it's not going to be 5 videos a week like it was there 2024, 2025. At the moment, due to time constraints, it's probably going to be about once a week. However, if we can continue to build up and I'm able to do some things away from this, paying off some things and just getting extra money, the goal is to try to get 2 to 3 videos out a week when all that's kind of settled. The main thing is we are going to be putting out content at least where you can check in once every 7 days and maybe get a little bit of that hockey fix if you enjoyed my content. Now with that, I will also add, unfortunately, due to some financial constraints and whatnot, I did have to cancel some memberships that gave me a little bit additional insight into analytics. So we will kind of be running with a more strict format and using a lot more of the free data that we can use, and you can still get a lot of great information off those websites. And maybe people like it a little bit more. When I started out the channel, it was a little bit more of a podcast form. I was using basic stats and just talking about things I'd seen in the games. We will probably kind of go in that direction, and I think that that is completely fine. The goal, I think, is to again maybe get back to that stage where you are, I should say I am using a lot of these analytics, and we are putting out a lot more videos, and the goal is still ultimately to do this as a career. However, of course, with life and responsibilities and bills and time and everything, it's been kind of a challenge. And even before I stepped away, the channel growth was kind of slow that previous year, so maybe we needed a refresh. Maybe I need to kind of go about things in a different way. But I can tell you one thing for sure: when I was gone, the passion was still there. I wanted to come back earlier, but I feel like this is a really good stage right now to hop back in the swing of things. And I think that even though I haven't really been as invested, because of course it's been a long year, I just am thinking this would have been a great season to cover the NHL. You had teams like Buffalo, Anaheim, and San Jose that over the course of the channel's history were not great teams. Buffalo made the playoffs just recently for the first time since 2011. Then, of course, the Ducks and the Sharks are trying to battle their way in the playoffs. Anaheim is being third. And then on the flip side of that, you have the Florida Panthers missing out on the playoffs after winning back-to-back Stanley Cups and being in the past 3 Stanley Cup finals. Of course, Toronto, longest playoff streak, that was snapped. Then you have the Winnipeg Jets that won the President's Trophy, not making it. So again, this was kind of an up-in-the-air year, and it's a wild card year. So I wish I could have been covering it from the start, but that is not the case. However, I am hoping that by the end of this season, we will again kind of be doing some very simplified versions of playoff previews in the sense of the entirety of the playoffs, not one per series. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of time, but it is something that I think we're all excited about as the playoffs gear up. Being a Vancouver fan isn't really ideal when it comes to that, but again, NHL sweepstakes, we'll see for the lottery what happens there. But of course, I just wanted to say thank you everybody for your patience. I have waited, and if you are new, again, also I hope that you enjoy this channel. Everybody, I am looking forward to making more content. Hopefully you guys are having a little bit better of a day when this pops up in your feed. Anyway, everybody stay safe, have a great night, and you go love hockey, all right?